There's several camps being planned at the moment, including some overnighters, 2 and 3 night breakaways, and also a 4-nighter as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, you know, the kit needs to perform. So at the moment, I'm just going through my kit and making sure that everything is okay. So I thought I'd just take you along and just show you some of the things that I'm doing, and a couple of the jobs that I need to actually do to address a couple of issues with some of the kit. The clothing, just happen to be wearing the fleece. It's a nice cosy fleece to wear, even indoors at the moment. And you know, things like this, if you wear them outdoors, they get wet and or muddy, then it's important that they're washed according to the manufacturer's specification, and obviously aired. Last thing that you want to do is start putting stuff away that's damp and dirty, because come to get it out and it's not good. It's not good practice at all. So a bit of admin and making sure that things are put away properly. And obviously, as we all know, if you're out and about, you sort of normally use the wet and dry kit sort of system. So things that, you know, you're not putting the wet kit with the dry kit, you know, especially with you know, packs having rocket pouches on. A good way of doing this, a lot of people swear by, is to, you know, put the wet weather gear in the outside rocket pouches. Then they're not messing up the rest of the kits. But you know, you find your own way of doing these sort of things. Okay. The other thing is with with things like the zips can stick. Even ones like this YKK zippers, they can sometimes stick. So a little tip that was given to me, which I use, I'll share with you, is to put a little bit of candle wax on the zips. And I always have candles in my kit, not just for fire lighting, but for putting onto zips. Rub it a little bit onto the zip, pull the zipper through, and what will happen is it will make it so it's not sticking, basically. So it's a little good trick or hack to get you out of a jam, basically. But that's tip number one. And secondly, everybody uses Gore-Tex, you know, when they're going out, so it's breathability. And the military version is a thing called MVP, which is the same sort of thing, which is a breathable membrane which will keep you dry. And one thing that is I make sure that I don't do is repeatedly fold the Gore-Tex or MVP when I'm putting it away. If I use a stuff sack, everything's just stuffed into the stuff sack or compression bag, whatever. But by repeatedly folding the membrane, what you can do is it can break it down. You'll create stress areas, and it reduces its effectiveness. That's tip number two. You of course probably heard those tips before, but for those of you that haven't, hopefully that will serve you well. Now, the bag that I've been using for some time now is this one, which is the Berghaus Vulcan. Now, I'm not doing a review specifically about the bag or the contents of the bag, because I think we'll be here all day, and that's possibly, you know, 1 or 2 separate videos. Okay, but with the bag itself, these bags are, you know, 25-30 years old, and you know, they are built to last. But even stuff that is built to last sometimes can, you know, suffer a bit. So, for example, when this comes back, if it's been put down, you know, on the forest floor, which is not good practice, it should always be hung up. And you know, you've probably seen me hanging these things up on trees, or just making sure that it's not on the ground. But in the event that you have to, and if you get mud on it, good way to make sure that you give it a clean when you get back home, and it just makes it, you know, it stops obviously the material wearing on it. Okay, last thing we want is you're getting dirty and then the material having problems. Same thing with these, the zips on here for the rocket pouches. You know, these are good heavy duty zips, but you know, even these can stick. So again, same thing, a little bit of candle wax on there just to make things go a little bit better. And what I'll normally do is I'll check the buckles, making sure that all the buckles are okay, and that nothing is you know, starting to you know, to fail, and all the webbing as well. You know, I'm aware obviously that was broken. That was broken when I bought the bag. It's only got one on, which is not a problem, because you know, if I wanted to put an axe on or anything like that, I could. But I also keep spares. I keep spare utility straps, and these are just standard. I'll put the thing there, you can probably just about see it there. It's a standard utility strap, and I've got a couple of different sizes of these ones as well. So it's a good idea to build up a spares box of kit and equipment and components to equipment, so you're not having to always order things up when something breaks. So there is limitations obviously to space and to cost, but that's what I do. Okay. So I check the webbing and make sure that everything's okay, and obviously the zips and the clips, making sure that that's all right. Now you'll notice at the top of this, this is obviously an old Bergen, and it's done what they all do. The elastic's perished on the sides. Okay, this is the lid itself. Normally would have elastic on, and it would cinch it down a bit better. Okay, so one of the jobs that I've identified that I'm going to carry out is just to repair that basically. I did think about using shock cord, but I'm actually going to use elastic because I think it's going to be better. It's going to be easier to replace there. And what I'm going to do, because obviously this is part of the strapping that's stitched onto that, I'm going to replace a section here, and it'll just pull it down and keep it looking nice. Okay, so you'll probably see a difference when in the next camp video. This will be fixed. But it's not a problem as it is at the moment. So I think it would just be better if it was fixed, and that's the thing I'm just trying to do at the moment, is making sure that things are okay. Aside from that, that's the only problem I could see with the actual bag itself. As I say, it's a cracking bit of kit. I won't go into too much detail about it and the contents of this, because I think that will be for a separate video. In terms of the camps, well, we've got some good camps planned now. I have an overnighter with my son, which we did last year, which was really nice. It was just getting away on a Saturday night and going up to a little campsite not too far from ourselves, and it's really nice because you can just take up the tent, wake up in the morning, look out over the hills, and I think it's nice for him to get out and see a little bit of the countryside, and it's a little bit different. I mean, he's 5 years old, and it's a little bit of an adventure. The other thing we're going to be doing is going away on a trip up to the Lake District, and we are going to the South Lakes, which is obviously sort of really near the coast, because hey, he's a kid who wants to go to the beach, which is good. And we're going to be going on a 3-night camp. Any of you dads or mums out there will be thinking, you're going to take your lad on a 3-night camp. You must be absolutely mad. So I'm hoping it'll be as good as gold. I'm sure we will, and I'm sure we'll have some great fun. My wife has managed to get some time booked off as well in the summer, so we're going away as a family down to Pembrokeshire. And then we've got some organised ones as well. I am going to the Edale camp, which is in May. It is on referring to my note, it is on the 23rd to the 27th of May, and that'll be my first trip up to Edale. I'm really looking forward to it, and I think it'll be some good fun, so I'm looking forward to getting up there. And I'm going to be going to the Wilderness Gathering as well, which is on the 15th of August to the 18th of August. Again, I went there a couple of years ago, and I'm going to go back there again. I think that's going to be some good fun. I'm not going to the Bushcraft show. I did go to it last year, and I did a quick video about that as well. Chose not to go this year because it falls about the same time as Edale, and I wanted to go to Edale. Unfortunately, I can't go to the prepper meet this year, which is a bit of a shame, because it would have been either the third or the fourth time. I think this time would have been the fourth time I'd have gone, and it's a really cool event, and everybody is really, really cool. They just everyone just gets on with each other. Unfortunately, part of my business involves working on the weekends, and it wouldn't have made any difference in truth which weekend it fell on. The weekend's got some sort of jobs put in, and unfortunately it means I can't go. So real bit of a shame that is, and but hopefully I can go in the 2021 if there is one. I'm sure there will be, because I think everybody really enjoys that sort of thing. And Camp Shaky, I wanted to go last year and I couldn't. I wanted to go this year and I can't. I will go one time, so it does look some good fun going down into, I think it's towards Malvern Hill somewhere. But that was quite good fun. But I guess you can't go to everything, can you? So overnighters, I've got some overnighters that I'm going to be doing as well, and hopefully I can take you on that little journey, because I think I get asked a few questions. Do you get a chance to go and do any camping? Do you use your kit? And I do use the kit. It's just sometimes it's not practical to film it all. If it's chucking it down with rain, although it's possible, it makes things just a little bit difficult to get some things on film. And I want my videos to be sort of, more than just 2 or 3 minutes if it's going to be a camp. So I'll do my best to get some footage down, and hopefully I can take you along on that little journey and some of the other journeys that I'm going to be making. Other plans, hiking. I've got a few places I want to go this year, so obviously I don't know if I'll be hiking with the Vulcan. I might use something a little bit lighter for the hiking, but I will take you into sort of the contents of this bag on another video, because it's it is a true 72-hour bag, and it's a bag that I use on my camps. I'm a firm believer that the kit should be used, and hence why I do look after it and service it. For me, there was absolutely no point in having a 72-hour bag or bug-out bag, to coin the phrase, and it be stuck in a cupboard and never used, and all this nice shiny stuff is not being used, and then you go to use it and realise that something is either gone out of date if it's foodstuffs, or you've put a battery in one day and then didn't take it out, and it's leaked and rendered the device useless. So the kit I buy, I use. Okay, that's sort of how I work. So thank you very much to everybody for continually supporting the channel. Appreciate you subscribing and liking and commenting on the videos. If you have enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to the channel, see some more videos, click the subscribe button, and then just make sure you click that bell icon, so it alerts you to some more videos of mine. And comments are always greatly appreciated. So thanks very much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.